Hey there, folks! John Oliver here, and tonight we're diving into the wild world of crypto, specifically something called real-world assets, or RWAs. Now, I know what you're thinking. John, crypto is confusing enough. Why you gotta bring real stuff into it? Well, buckle up, because RWAs might just be the bridge between the digital and physical that makes this whole crypto thing make a bit more sense. Think of all the valuable things in the world: houses, gold, even that Picasso your weird aunt swears is the real deal. These are real-world assets, and for a long time they've existed separately from the digital assets we find in crypto. But what if there was a way to connect them? That's where RWAs come in, and trust me, it's a game changer. So, get ready to explore the potential of RWAs to unlock a whole new level of financial innovation. We'll break down the jargon, examine the benefits, and yes, even expose the risks, because as with anything in the world of crypto, a little healthy skepticism goes a long way. All right, let's get down to brass tacks. What exactly real-world assets in the context of crypto? In the simplest terms, RWAs are representations of tangible real-world things, but on the blockchain. Think of it like a digital twin for your house deed or that gold bar you're saving for a rainy day. Instead of a physical document or a hunk of metal, you have a digital token that verifies your ownership. This token is created through a process called tokenization, which is basically attaching a unique digital identifier to the asset. This identifier lives on the blockchain, that immutable digital ledger we hear so much about. Crypto expert, media. Expert discussing the significance of tokenizing real-world assets. Now, why go through all this trouble? Well, tokenizing real-world assets offers a bunch of potential benefits. It can make trading and transferring ownership faster, cheaper, and more secure. Plus, it opens up investment opportunities to a wider range of people. But we'll get into those juicy details a bit later. Okay, so we've got our heads around what RWAs are. Now let's talk about how this whole tokenization thing actually works. Imagine you're a fancy art collector, because we're fancy people here. You've got your eyes on a masterpiece, but it costs more than a small island nation. Instead of forking over all your cash at once, you can tokenize the artwork. This creates digital shares, kind of like digital slices of the painting. Now, investors can buy these tokens and own a piece of the art. They don't need millions lying around, and you get the funding you need. Everyone wins, tech enthusiast. But it's not just art. We can tokenize all sorts of things: real estate, commodities like gold or oil, even intellectual property like patents and copyrights. This opens up a whole new world of investment possibilities and makes traditionally illiquid assets much easier to buy, sell, and trade. Section 4, Shaking Up DeFi, the RWA Revolution. Now here's where things get really interesting. Remember DeFi, or decentralized finance? It's like the cool, rebellious cousin of traditional finance, all about cutting out the middlemen and giving power back to the people. Well, RWAs are about to give DeFi a serious glow-up.
See, DeFi relies heavily on collateral. You need to put up some form of asset to borrow or lend money. Traditionally, this collateral has been other cryptocurrencies, but with RWAs, we can unlock trillions of dollars worth of real-world assets and bring them into the DeFi ecosystem.
This means more liquidity, more lending and borrowing opportunities, and potentially even new financial products and services we haven't even thought of yet. It's like giving DeFi a massive shot of adrenaline, and the possibilities are pretty darn exciting. Section 5, Tokenization Triumphs, the good that RWAs bring. Okay, so we've established that RWAs have the potential to shake things up, but let's get specific about the benefits, shall we?
First off, tokenizing real-world assets can make them more accessible. Remember that expensive artwork? Tokenization allows smaller investors to get in on the action. Secondly, it can make transactions faster and cheaper. No more waiting weeks for paperwork to clear or paying exorbitant fees to intermediaries. Blockchain technology streamlines the process and cuts out the middlemen, saving everyone time and money.
And let's not forget about transparency. Blockchain technology provides a public tamper-proof record of all transactions. This increased transparency can reduce fraud and increase trust in the system, which is always a good thing. Section 6, Navigating the Risks, RWA Challenges. Now, before we get too carried away with all the RWA hype, let's take a moment to acknowledge the elephant in the room, the risks. As with any new technology, there are challenges to overcome and potential downsides to consider.
One major concern is regulation. The legal landscape surrounding RWAs is still developing, and there's a lot of uncertainty about how these assets will be regulated. This lack of clarity can create headaches for businesses and investors alike. Another challenge is security. While blockchain technology is generally considered secure, it's not foolproof. Hacks and vulnerabilities are always a possibility, and a security breach involving tokenized real-world assets could have significant consequences. And finally, there's the issue of scalability. As more and more real-world assets are tokenized, the blockchain networks that support them will need to handle a massive increase in transaction volume. If these networks can't keep up, it could lead to slow transaction speeds and high fees.
Section 7. The future is tokenized RWAs in the world tomorrow. So there you have it, folks. Real-world assets are poised to make a big splash in the world of crypto, and their potential impact extends far beyond the realm of finance. Imagine a world where you could instantly verify the authenticity of a product, track the provenance of your food, or even vote in an election using blockchain technology. While there are certainly challenges to overcome, the potential benefits of RWAs are too great to ignore. As this technology continues to evolve, we can expect to see more and more real-world assets migrating to the blockchain, blurring the lines between the physical and digital worlds. So, buckle up, because the future of finance and perhaps even the world is looking increasingly tokenized. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be buying your morning coffee with a fraction of a tokenized coffee plantation. The possibilities, as they say, are practically limitless.